Hello, once again. Let's do some timetabling. In my last video, I jumped right away to the AI solver, but now let's try to guide you from sign in to everything. So let's start from scratch. So first you go to timetable.com and then sign in or get started for free. Let's do it. Wait for the verification and then you can continue with Google. And I have logged in already previously, so that's why I go right away to the school settings. So here, I'll just encode everything from your school. By the way, uh, we made this app for all types of schools. So not just step ed schools or basic education, can be used for higher education because it has room timetabling for textbook institutions, for graduate school, and even for US and UK international schools, and for sports clubs and I think every every institution. Okay. It's called Ask AI because there's a lot of AI inside the app. For example, this is an AI advisor. This will guide you in filling out everything in accomplishing your timetabling tasks. So it says here, right? What's the name of your school? So you type, for example, okay. After typing my school, he said right away, add your school ID. Although this is optional, but you can just add it. Now for the operating hours, uh, it's actually the AI would like to know if what's your first period. For example, if starts 7:30 a.m. and the last period is 4:30 p.m. The default period per hour per minutes. So for example, if it's 1 hour, then let's do 60. Now for the days of operation, you can if your school has Saturday class, you can just check from Monday to Saturday. So in this demo, I'll just start from Monday to Friday. So I'll turn off Saturday. Now for the time slots, it's generated automatically. You can click edit and then auto generate. Okay, and then confirm. So that's it. Your time slots are automatically generated. And now for the print headers, these are just the heading of your timetables when you print it. So this can be blank or you can write everything or anything in here. Um, for the school logo, you can upload. For example, I try to upload the DepEd logo and your school logo. You can add it. You can add at most three logos. Now, for the signatories, you can add can say prepared by and so on. So for the sake of demonstration, I'll skip this and go right away to continue. So after your school settings, you can click save and then you continue. And let's proceed to another account which already has a data. No? So I'll just clear this. I'll just delete everything here so that we can start from scratch. So there's only three steps in accomplishing this Axe AI. So the first step is the data input. We're gonna enter sections, subjects, rooms if you have room, scheduling, and lastly the teachers. So this is the first step. Of course, we're gonna encode all of this. For the sake of demonstration, so that we'll finish faster, I'll just restore a backup data which I saved earlier. So and then I'll try to delete. Um, so I'll try to delete. As you can see, if I clear everything, the AI will guide you here. So this AI advisor is all over the entire app. This will guide you everywhere. You can transfer this anywhere in the screen. It's just a widget. So step one, he says here, define your sections. So you're gonna encode your sections. You can use this button, but you can also upload or import in bulk. Okay. For my case, I'll restore previously encoded data and then start from here. So I already encoded the sections here, the subjects, and of course the teachers. In the teacher, you can edit this by accessing this, or you can add teacher using this add button here. Okay, I'll try to clear again. I'll try to delete the sections, not including the sections. So let's clear everything. See, when you are done with the sections, the AI said, step two, add the subjects or activities. So this AI advisor will guide you in everything so that you can accomplish your task, which is to schedule your school. Okay, so again, I'll restore the backup that I saved earlier for the sake of saving time. So these are my teachers. You can go to analytics to check your overall your school data. We have 38 teachers, 33 subjects, 32 sections, and you can see here we're not yet starting to schedule. Okay, so we are done with data input. The first one, the first step. The second step is to distribute the teaching loads. So here in this page, you can see the teacher cards here. These are the teachers, 38 of them. And these are the subjects. You can see 0 out of 8. Okay. And you can see Teacher Boy Abunda is an expert of MAPI 10 and Filipino 10. So how do you distribute loads? So for example, Boy Abunda is an expert of MAPI 10 and Filipino 10. You can just drag this subject there. So for example, let's give him 4 MAPE and 2 Filipino. And he's an advisor, so let's also add Comer. So that's it. Okay. So Buyabonda is already loaded. You proceed to the next teacher. But there's a faster way to do it, and that is by the use of this AI again. Okay, there's a pro tip also here that you can follow. So I'll clear this and I'll distribute the teaching loads using this auto distribute. The AI knows it because if we go back to data input, we already put the expertise of the teachers. So when you encode the teacher, for example, Boy Abunda here, see, subject expertise is Filipino 10 and MAPI 10. Okay, so that information is very important for the AI to distribute the loads. So let's try auto distribute. Boom. So that's 1 or 2 seconds. See that? So everything is distributed and it's very well distributed. You can see that the teachers are balanced in terms of teaching loads. So if you want to check um, the most number of minutes, see Boy Abunda, they are equally distributed, 1,500 out of 1,500 minutes. You will see this max load when you input the teachers. Let's go back to data input. If you input a teacher, if you encode a teacher, you can encode his or her maximum load in minutes. So that's why when we distribute load, the AI knows that Puyabunda only wants or need 1,500 minutes. So the AI knows it, and just instantly, let's repeat it again. Let's clear this and then auto distribute again. Boom. So like 2 seconds, all the loads are already distributed to the teachers. If you want to edit, for example, you want Abunda to handle not grade 10 query. If you want to change the section, you can just edit this and you will assign him to different section. What's the other sections? Is also handling Dalton, Einstein, and Newton. How about let's change him to Faraday and then save. And then there you go. There's a duplicate assignment warning because Faraday is already assigned to Agoncillo. You want to replace it or merge it as a joint class or independent class duplicate. So you can just, if you want to replace, then replace. So now, Boyabunda is already handling Faraday instead of Curie. And where did the Curie go? It went here, back to the distribution list. So it needs to be distributed. And we know that it's Agoncillo that we remove one subject from Agoncillo. You can search Agoncillo here. This is a very important search box. See, Agoncillo is still available, 1,260 minutes. Let's assign it to him. Okay, so now let's clear the search and we're ready. So everyone is already loaded. Let's proceed to the last part, which is to plot the board, which I already demonstrated last time, but I haven't showed you more features. There's still a lot of features here. For example, okay, let's we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 periods. So let's clear the board just to make sure it's clear and then auto distribute again. That starts from scratch using the quality mode. You also have power mode. This is also a fast AI. But we'll use the quality mode this time. Start from scratch. And let's see how many seconds would it take to solve. Previously, I've already shown you that there's even an instance where the AI solved um yes, so 14.6 seconds solve that. So let's try and see the timetable of Boy Abunda. Teacher Boy Abunda see. For example, if Teacher Boy Abunda is a master teacher and he don't want the last three periods. He don't want to teach in these last three periods because he's a master teacher in the last periods he want to observe classes. So it's you can do it by editing his time off. So it's in the data input. Can edit teacher Boy Abunda here. And let's put a time off to the last three periods because he requested that he wants a time off in this last three periods to observe classes because maybe he's a master teacher. There's still there's also a lot of reasons why the teacher wants to teach or don't want to teach in a certain period. So sometimes as school focal or coordinators who schedule the the school, we can sometimes cater their request. So let's let's check how the AI would solve. You can see here, Teacher Boy Abunda is time off in the last three period. Let's see if the AI can detect it and then schedule it. Okay, it's processing 13, 15 out of 32 and 24 out of 32. So that's called, see that? How many seconds? 14.6 seconds for it to solve all of these timetables. There's 1,000 of these tiles that was scheduled, not just one, no? 30, 30. How many sections again? 32 sections, 38 teachers. Multiply that to how many subjects? That's 1,000 plus tiles. Okay, so what can you do here? Let's go back to section. If you don't like some subjects you don't like, you can just drag the tile. See, and it will tell you if there's conflict. See, Elena Darna is already busy, is also teaching in grade 7 Hope. But sometimes you can just see it. You can move that tile. So this tile can be moved meaning there's no conflict by moving this tile. Okay. So that's one intuitive way of rearranging if you don't like the schedule made by AI. But there's also a better one, which I have shown already last time, which is to enhance the timetable. You can see here, oh, it's not really arranged properly, although it's good, but let's check the timetable of another teacher. Let's say Elena Darna. You can see here that it's not well aligned. No, as much as possible, we some teachers want that their subjects are aligned in one period. Okay, let's enhance this using this enhanced timetable, which we already did in our last video. Anyway, our schedule is already finished. So let's just see how the AI fixes it. 10.4 seconds to fix it. So now it's improved. As you can see here, Elena Darna is teaching Areling Panlipunan 7, AP 7. They're all see in grade 7 hope or aligned. In faith, aligned. The two are aligned. How about for the sections? Let's see for the sections. So you can see here, science are aligned, mathematics are aligned. Again, if you don't like it, you can just drag. If you still drag it, for example, you want the homeroom to be in the first period, you can drag down this, but it's not possible because the one is busy already. So so it depends on you. If you want to lock the tile, you can clear the board, for example, clear the board and then schedule the tile and then lock it so that the AI won't disturb that. You can actually easily lock this, for example, this, you can click that lock. Once locked, and then you rescheduled it again, it will not be cleared anymore. If you just clear it using the clear and lock only. But if you clear all the board, total board reset, all the tiles will be cleared, including the locked ones. Okay. Again, if you want to add a period, you just click this plus. And now, since the timetable is done, you can print this. Look at the time of Buya Bunda. See, his request of not teaching the last three periods um, is granted. So other teachers, you can also grant their request. They want some time off to a certain period. But be careful, not all requests can be granted because you might end up with a timetabling problem that cannot be solved. See, so that's how fast we already have the room timetable. But we did not schedule the room. We have all the timetable of all sections. Look how many it is. So if you, imagine if you do it manually. So these are the timetables of all the teachers, and of course the substitute teacher. If that teacher is absent, we can already have a substitute here. And you can see it's the star one is actually a teacher teaching the same subject as the teacher absent. For example, Buy Abunda is teaching MAPE and Filipino. This Ryan Bang here for sure is teaching it's either Philippine MAPE. This is MAPE, right? So this Ryan Bang is also teaching MAPE. So the AI already knows that. So he assigns Ryan Bang as the first priority. They're both teaching the same subject. Okay. So I think that's it. I have shown you very quickly how to do your timetabling task in just seconds. That's the automated class and teacher scheduler powered by AI. Bye, everyone.